E for Youth is the best thing that's happened to me, personally.
When you're a kid and you say, I want to be a lawyer or a doctor, people start clapping and they're happy. When you say, I want to be an artist or a writer, they start going, oh, and they start trying to come up with other things you can be. And so you're taught at a young age that what you're good at and what you're passionate about, that has no value.
There's such a glaring need for creative kids to have real outlets.
After high school, I probably wouldn't know where I would be. My dream is to become a respected filmmaker.
I aspire to be a broadcast journalist one day and then produce documentaries and become a documentary filmmaker.
My imagination goes off any time of the day. There's no, sometimes I'll be just listening to music and I just see these little movies in my head, these little scenes, these things I want to put together. So E for Youth was, the catalyst. Carl Settles came in Umberto's class and proposed what he wanted to do, which I could paraphrase it as, I want to take your kids to actual industries, real world scenarios.
I wanted more people like me to know that those opportunities exist and how do you actually make it.
There's not much diversity in our business, and that's crazy. It doesn't make any sense. And the reason I'm discovering is because there aren't people who are being exposed to it.
I think it's important that people of color see themselves in this industry and on screen and as writers and as producers.
Not that many years ago, advertising, marketing, filmmaking, these were a white boys club. But over the last couple of decades, we've seen a lot more young women. We've started to see young people of color, Latinos, Asians, African Americans, but we're not seeing enough.
That the creative fields are one of the fields where you can actually have almost like classic apprenticeship, mentorship relationship.
E for Youth is so important to me is because it gave me a way in. Actually, it gave me a way out. It gave me a way out of this bubble that I was limited to.
E for Youth has taken a chance on the youth. They're investing in our futures, and it's greatly appreciated because we need someone to believe in us.
Until someone looks at an arty kid and says, I have a path for you. There's a specific way you can get there. Until somebody claims you as part of the tribe, then you just kind of flounder around. So I think E for Youth connects the tribe to our people, our next generation, to that arty, nerdy kid.
E for Youth was life-changing in the hugest way possible. Mainly like I said, where it really went full circle and put my dream into a reality.
It needs a lot of help. We need people in our business who have compassion to give something back.
It's important to hang on to E for Youth and support E for Youth because it's creating the next professionals. It's creating the people that are going to one day make a difference in this world.
This is the next generation of artists, the next generation of graphic designers, filmmakers.
Just get behind and either support some kids, invite us over to tour your facility, write a check.
But it's an amazing feeling when you find someone that is in high school and is just getting exposed to this, and 4 years down the road, they're actually working in the business. It's like, wow, this really changed someone's life.
I think the one thing that has made this all possible was people actually caring. Not having a father figure, not having my family around, having people that cared as much about me as they were my own family, I think surpassed anything else.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on a bright early Saturday. I hope you all have your coffee or tea handy, but we're going to keep this short and sweet. We would like to share with you all some of the great work we're doing here at E4 Youth, particularly as it comes to historic cultural preservation. So we have some really exciting things to share with you. I'm Janaea Zarad. I'm the Development and Operations Manager here at E4 Youth. And the first thing I'm going to do is give you a quick rundown of what we do here at E4, just to give you some background context for those who may not be too familiar. So with that, we can probably get the slide going. There we go. Thank you. We just came up with this new tagline with the help of our partners at the Butler Brothers. It is employ change, and big part of what we do is work with young creatives to develop all of their talents and skills, cultivate them so they can be successful in lucrative careers in the creative economy. So we have an ability to employ change, quite literally, professionally, but also change in the lives of the young people we have the pleasure of working with. I want to give a big shout out and a major thank you to our sponsors for this work that we're doing today. For this kickoff event. Our presenting sponsor is Google Fiber. Thank you so much for your continued support of our programs. I also want to express my gratitude for Six Square Black Cultural Heritage District, as well as Latinitas. They are our sister nonprofits. They work with us hand in hand on so many things, and we are so grateful to have these friends and allies in the community. And finally, I want to thank the Permanent Legacy Foundation, as well as Megara Jesse, who have consistently supported our programs here at E4 Youth. Thank you for continuing to do so. We are so grateful. So let's kick it off into the mission. Why does E4 Youth exist? What are we about? So I know folks are like, are you a youth program? Are you an education program? Are you an arts program? Are you a STEM program? The answer to that is yes, all of the above. So our mission at E4 is to use the arts, the sciences, and technology to help youth find and pursue pathways to successful careers in the creative economy. And we do this through hands-on exposure, training, mentorship, apprenticeships, and exposure to real-world opportunities. And if we want to continue to the next slide, the E4 piece. Folks are like, what are those E's about? And why is there 4 of them? Well, now you can know. They stand for engage, educate, employ, and empower. And more specifically, what we do is we engage young creatives in our community in area high schools, colleges, and just through word of mouth, usually around the ages of 16 to 24 years old. We educate these students about all the options about pathways and careers in creative industries. And then we actually employ many of our young creatives, quite literally, but they also serve as apprentices for us as well. And we employ them to build the hard and soft skills necessary to thrive in today's workplace. And finally, we empower them to become productive members of the creative economy and also to realize their own goals and aspirations professionally. So more specifically, let's talk about our key programs that we have right now at E4 Youth. And the last one we're going to dive into a lot more deeply today and share with you all examples of what we have and what we have on the horizon leading up to South by Southwest this coming year. So first off, we have our Creative Leadership Academy. This is for our college-age youth. Now, not all of our participants are enrolled in college. That's totally fine. We just engage these folks, the ages of 18 to 24 approximately, and help with employability skills. And we do this through our workshops, our creative pathways talks, and a variety of other means that we engage our students with our industry partners. Next is our Get Creative Enrichment Clubs. This is our clubs that we have at high schools. And we actually have our college-age students come and work with our high school students to learn about what it is that they're good at and what it is they're passionate about, and really level up those creative skills and even build portfolios and help these young people with internship and employment opportunities. Finally, I want to mention the Austin Digital Heritage Project. So this is a really exciting thing that we have going on, in which our college-age youth work with our sister nonprofits like Six Square and Latinitas, and we'll be hearing from folks from those organizations today. And we help youth of all ages learn digital literacy skills through immersive storytelling. And we will next introduce my, oh, I'm sorry, back that up, y'all. So more about this Austin Digital Heritage Project. Next piece is our college-age youth are trained and employed to collect and curate these oral histories. And we have these on a platform called the E4 Virtual Archive, also known as EVA. We'll see that demonstrated today by some of our students. And our college-age youth and community volunteers help our younger students in the community really close the digital divide, because we teach them coding skills, we teach them storytelling skills, and ways to put these things together in a really fully immersive experience that they can then share. Finally, we have multi-generational storytelling events and demonstrations that really celebrate the history and the cultural heritage that we have here in Austin that sometimes, you know, hides in plain sight, especially as we have a constantly growing city of people who come from other places and aren't too familiar with what we have here in Austin. So I think now is the time where I get to introduce our illustrious executive director and founder of E4 Youth, Mr. Carl Settles. Carl,
hello. Hello. Glad to be here. Thank you so much, Janaea. And thanks for introducing our mission and what we do here at E4 Youth. You mentioned the Austin Digital Heritage Project, which is why we're here today. And wanted to show you all EVA. This is the E4 Virtual Archive. It's actually what we call our minimum viable product, or our MVP. And this really is a immersive storytelling platform. What you see here is a map of Austin. There's the University of Texas, I-35, and each one of these dots here represents an immersive story that we have trained and employed our college-age youth, what we call our digital docents, to really do research on these places and create these immersive experiences based on these different locations. And we'll actually drill down, and you'll get to see some of these stories here in a bit. Just very quickly, just to give you a sense of what it is that when we talk about history hiding in plain sight, if you look at I-35, which goes right through the middle of Austin, there was a time when I-35 didn't exist, and it was flat, and it was called East Avenue. And back in 1928, the city council hired some consultants to come up with a solution to getting, well, pretty much all the Black and brown folks out of all over Austin and put them in a specific place. And so they started policies. You may know them as redlining, where if you didn't put your house in a certain area of town, which would be east of East Avenue, they would deny you municipal services like water, utilities, wouldn't build roads. And so that informs a lot of the history that we have here in Austin, and in fact, pretty much every city in America. And so EVA and the Austin Digital Heritage Project is really our attempt to reclaim that history while leapfrogging ahead into the future. So before we get into some demonstrations, I wanted to introduce one of our key partners. If you please would have Regine, add Regine Malabirian. See, I messed up. I butchered your name. But
I appreciate the attempt, Carl.
you know what? I'm going to do some push-ups, and I'm going to get that corrected here a little bit later. But you're with Six Square. Can you just tell us a little bit about what is Six Square, and also why are you partnering with E4Youth?
For sure. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. My name is Regine Malibiran, and I'm the Director of Programs at Six Square, Austin's Black Cultural Arts District. At Six Square, our mission is to preserve and celebrate the cultural legacy of the Black community that once thrived in Central East Austin. We do that through cultural arts, education, economic development, and historic preservation. Really, we serve as a safe harbor and an obstacle remover for Black creatives and entrepreneurs here in Austin, Texas. And we're so excited to be partnering with E4Youth on the Austin Digital Heritage Project. You know, since the onset of the pandemic, we've really been exploring both safe and creative ways to do historic tours of the Six Square District. With the Austin Digital Heritage Project, that not only provides immersive tours online, it also gives young storytellers of color opportunities to build impactful skills that will serve them as they build their futures. What's really important for us here at Six Square is to not only have front-facing programming or resources available for Black creatives and entrepreneurs, we also want them to have opportunities behind the scenes so that they get paid for their work and they're able to build those networks and those skills that they need in order to be successful, especially considering the fact that in most of these industries that they work at, they're really underprivileged and underrepresented. And so they need really that extra boost in order to be successful in their chosen fields. And so next March, we're expanding on our partnership with E4Youth by supplementing the Austin Digital Heritage Project with augmented reality. It's a really exciting opportunity to be engaging within the community and also give them that kind of freedom to explore the Six Square District and the East Side and Austin in general by themselves. So along with Art Director Harper Bewin, our teams are collaborating to develop What Once Was, which is an AR experience hosted on Instagram stories. What Once Was will leverage augmented reality technology at the same sites as the Austin Digital Heritage Project, which will allow viewers to see what the East Side looked like before gentrification. And so we're aiming to release the project during South by Southwest, which gives us a great impact on the historic storytelling of our city in front of such a large and far-reaching audience. We really look forward to sharing this project with our community.
And thank you so much, Regine. We're really excited about this. We are in talks with some big name folks here in town that are going to be really assisting us in putting this all together. And the powerful thing about this is that the idea of being able to sit in your house and put on some goggles and be able to virtually tour, but also to be able to walk around physically, right? Throughout the city, and then be able to point your phone at a QR code and view an immersive experience or create your own augmented reality experience using the tools on Instagram is really going to be something powerful. And I'm really excited also about getting our college kids exposed to the skills that it takes to make all of these types of experiences come to life. So really excited to be working with you all, and thank you all for your continued support and belief in our mission. And look forward to March and everything that is to come. So next up, I wanted to talk about, and thank you, Regine, wanted to talk about our partnership with Latinitas, and can we bring Liliana Cortez onto the screen as well? Liliana is a program director with Latinitas, and Liliana, why don't you tell us about Latinitas and why you are partnering with E4Youth?
Of course. Hi, Carl. Good morning, and thank you for having us today. Like Carl said, my name is Liliana Cortez, and I am the programs director at Latinitas. Latinitas is a nonprofit organization that is dedicated to empowering girls through media and technology. And our mission is to increase the representation of Latinas and other women of color in the most lucrative industries of media and technology. And this is where Latinitas and E4Youth align. Over the past 4 years, we've partnered to expose nearly 1,000 girls to coding, basics, and digital literacy skills. This collaboration with E4Youth and Latinitas through the VR remix will be building on the mosaic installation that Latinitas did at the Austin Central Library, featuring women leaders of color. The mosaic art pieces were created in accordance with the Latinitas 2021 Purple Party for Chica Power, Rock the Block Party. And yes, that is a mouthful, in June. And we were honoring women such as Ana Cisnet, our techno mama, Dr. Marta Cotera, founding member of the Chicana Caucus, Dr. Teresa Lozano Long, educator and philanthropist, Dr. Berta Sadler Means, educator and social justice advocate, Dr. Miss Sylvia Orozco, founder of Mexicart Museum, Kathy Reveal Vasquez, founder of La Prensa newspaper, and finally Peggy Vasquez, producer, journalist, and social justice advocate. E4Youth is providing curriculum, monthly workshops, training, and support to ensure that Latinitas girls establish quality digital portfolios that can travel with them throughout their academic careers. And working with Latinitas to help support the students do additional research on leaders in the mosaic display and incorporate it into the walking virtual tours on E4Youth. So hopefully in the spring, we'll be able to visit the library and the mosaics and just scan a QR code and just experience the history and the wonderful contributions of these women in the city of Austin in a VR experience.
Yeah, we're really excited about working with you all. And the beauty of this project is that we're really, well, first of all, we want the students to use these exact same tools to tell their own stories first, right? And empower them so they can learn these skills with in context, really. But then to be able to take those skills and apply them, it's design thinking, it's using technology, it's finding information, it's storyboarding, it's writing, it's coding, it's all of those things. And really, this is how modern product development is done. So we're really excited about that, and it's been great working with Latinitas over the past 4 or 5 years or so. And yes, when you all go to the Central Library during South by Southwest, you will be able to visit those mosaics and then be able to get additional VR content there. And we're also hopefully going to be able to look at doing some augmented reality stuff at the Central Library site as well. So really, really excited about that. And thank you so much, Liliana, for coming on and letting us know about how we're doing.
Thank you, Carl. We're very excited as well. And thank you so much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So next up, because we're going to keep this thing moving, we would like to bring on our digital docents. And digital docents are they're members of the Creative Leadership Academy. And so just a little bit more about the Academy. What we basically do, if you are 18 or older, you can join the Creative Leadership Academy. And if you spend 20 hours a month building your skills, participating in our programs with the Creative Pathways talks, working on your employability skills, working directly with professionals like from the Butler Brothers or Frog Design, we will pay you $250 a semester just to do that. And then we will hire you starting at $15 an hour, either to work with our high school students by running a club and becoming what we call a creative mentor, or becoming a content creator, which we call a digital docent that collects and curates this content for the EVA platform, as well as working directly with our sister nonprofits like Latinitas and helping those students use those same skills to tell their own stories. So let's welcome to the screen Joseph and Lily. And if you all just kind of introduce yourselves, what do you currently do and what do you do for E4Youth? And we'll take it from there.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Really excited to have y'all here. My name is Joseph Mayung. I am a senior communication and leadership major at the University of Texas at Austin. And with E4, I am currently a creative mentor as well as a digital docent.
Awesome.
Hey everyone, I'm Lily. I'm a sophomore at UT Austin studying corporate communication. And at E4Youth, I'm a creative mentor and a digital docent.
Awesome. Awesome. So let me go ahead and get this up on the screen here. I believe that we're going to start with the Rosewood Park immersive story. And so when you go onto this site, you'll land on a page, and what you see here is a 360 view of that actual park and a video. And Lily, can you tell us a little bit about, I know that you worked on this, can you tell us a little bit about the process that you all went through to make this?
Yes, for sure. So we picked the location of Rosewood Park because it had a lot of historical significance and it was a place for the primarily Black community to gather. So we collected a bunch of different material. The first being that we interviewed key people that knew a lot about Rosewood Park, and we incorporated their statements into a video. We also did some primary or secondary research on our own and created a voiceover detailing the history of Rosewood Park. One of our other team members, Damien, was able to actually go to the park and take 360 videos with drone footage. And we also took archived images from the UT Austin archives for some historical photographs. So we put all this together into a video that was in this VR environment.
Awesome. And we're going to play that right now.
Rosewood Park is Austin's first park specifically for African Americans. Located in the eastbound industrial district, it originated as a homestead that was sold by Rudolph Bertram's daughter and son-in-law, Emmy and Charles Hubbard, in 1928. Although the 1928 city plan focused on beautifying Austin and improving its infrastructure, civil engineering firm Koch and Fowler used Rosewood Park as the apex for building a segregated district for African Americans. Despite Black Austinites being a minority, city leadership at this time used the separate but equal doctrine to bar them from accessing public services such as schools, parks, and transportation anywhere outside this district. Even though Black Austinites were subjected to this heinous, inhumane system, George Mapson, Rosewood Park's first director, made attempts to weather the storm by facilitating cultural events, such as the 1930 Juneteenth celebration, Rosewood Park's first major event, and similar activities throughout his time as park director.
Another reason why this park has such high significance is that it has served as the home for Austin's Juneteenth celebrations for decades.
Although Rosewood Park was not built with the best intentions, the African American community in East Austin used this historic location to elevate themselves by enriching its cultural history. This will draw the attention from communities elsewhere for years to come.
All right. Well, that was a great, great piece. Thank you so much, Lily, for telling us about that. Next up, we have a piece on Elsie Anderson High School. And Joseph, can you tell us a little bit about the process that they went through to make this as well? Is he frozen? I think you're back.
Am I back? Can
You're
you all hear
back.
me now?
Yes.
Literally, right as I was about to go on to it, decided to happen. Anyways, hello
Yeah.
everyone. Good morning. Hopefully y'all can continue to hear me. So I'll just talk very slow, just to be sure everything registers. But yeah, similar to the Rosewood Park project, this is the Elsie Anderson High School digital storytelling piece. Very similar to the other projects, this project is rooted in a very collaborative and cohesive approach. It draws on from copywriting to video editing to research to just field experience as well. So you really get a grasp of the many different ways in which storytelling can happen. But one of the most beautiful parts of this is the fact community and the spirit transcends the location itself, right? Being a high school, it builds a community that is rooted in the stories of the individuals. And what's beautiful about this piece is that it takes the stories of the individuals beyond the high school itself. It applies it to their lives later in life and to where they end up. And there's many chapters. There's chapters here in Austin, there's chapters all over Texas, and even some in California. And so the community that was built from the Elsie Anderson High School, their stories and their identities are basically touched everywhere you go around the world. And this is the project that highlights that.
Awesome. Playing.
My name is Diane Gilmore Lang. I wanted to go to the famous Elsie Anderson High School so I could be in a marching band. I played alto saxophone, and the lady that lived at the top of the hill was the drum major. And so when she was getting ready to go to Anderson, for the football game or what, she was standing at the top of the hill so all the kids could see her and get this pose, where you go all the way back. Had a great band. We won state a couple of times, and I was happy to have that kind of experience. They had built the new school, which was right here on Thompson Street. So my freshman class was the first class to enter the new Anderson High School in 1953. Here again, we had good teachers. People had high expectations for us, and we delivered. We had championship football teams, basketball teams, track, you name it. Whatever we participated in, we were good at it. And of course, we didn't have the opportunity of playing the schools on the other side of town. But in an informal way, on East Avenue, we would have satellite football games with Austin High, and we would beat them just playing on dirt. But we had the best team. And had we had the opportunity, we would probably been district champions almost every year. We had outstanding athletes, as we did other students. My name is Diane.
All right. So thank you very much, Joseph. So you'll notice that when you start to look at these places largely don't even exist anymore, right? They're kind of a memory. And with the way that most of the people that are in Austin are not from Austin, we really have so little context for really being able to understand how we got to where we are today. And so we're really excited about this platform playing a role in helping people understand Austin's history in a more profound way. And at the same time, this platform allows you all, as the future of Austin, right, to really, first of all, educate people about the history, but also gain these key skills and employment opportunities doing this cutting edge type of work. And we know that translates into really high growth careers. Just this past year, we had a young lady that is now a copywriter at one of the most famous ad agencies in the world, Wyden Kennedy. We have another young lady that's at another worldwide agency called VML-Y&R. She's been there for over a year. We have a young man that was with us who just got a job at Google. We have another person that's at Tableau. And we have many, many, many other folks that are out there as creative people, and they are thriving. So we're really excited about this. I think this allows us to even take things to another level. So with all of that said, I want to thank you, Joseph and Lily, for introducing those. And we will cut to the calls to action for you folks out there. So first of all, if you know about this history, please feel free, and you want to contribute, or you know other folks that want to contribute in terms of telling your stories or helping us do research, please reach out to us. And you can go to e4youth.org/volunteer. You can also just point your phone at the QR code there and sign up, and we'd be happy to have you. In terms of you all that are media and technology professionals, we need researchers, writers, UX designers, people that do AV production, virtual and augmented reality development. And what we're doing is that we're establishing teams. For instance, our partners over at GSDNM, they have a team of 4 folks that are going to be paired with a team of our digital docents. And every week, we're doing design sprints. Right now, we have about 10 sites that are a part of the Digital Heritage Project. We'd like to get that up to 20. And so they're going to continue to refine the ones we have and add on additional ones. So we need coaches that are willing to work with our teams of digital docents and help them do the research and put these things together. Also, your commitment for that is really an hour and a half a week, where you'll actually be meeting virtually with them at a time that's mutually agreeable with you all. And then other than that, it's through email and Slack. And also wanted to share a timeline for those activities. So for November through December, we're solidifying our sites. And as I said, talked about forming our production teams. And we'll take a break for the holidays. And then in January, we'll continue to work on these projects and finalize them by the end of January. We'll use February for testing and final revisions. And then in March, we'll actually launch these tours. So if you feel like you can contribute or you're interested in this process, please reach out to us, follow the QR code, and sign up on our volunteer page. And next up, another way that you can get involved is to donate. You can visit e4youth.org/donate. And what does your donation do? Well, just working with Latinitas and our high schools, your support is going to help us support storytelling and digital literacy curriculum, workshops, and ongoing support for 200 plus elementary and middle school youth. This also provides high quality training and employment opportunities for our college youth, and the ongoing cultivation of a pipeline of learners, early college professionals, and experienced professionals in creative design and software development. And this platform, the E4 Virtual Archive, is really a storytelling engine that is going to add insight into Austin's history, but it can be used to illuminate stories of any city in the world. And so you have an opportunity to say that you were there at the very beginning of helping build this E4 archive, and really something that has the potential to impact tens of thousands of people all around the world. So those are the ways that you can get involved, volunteer, donate. And we're really, really excited and glad that you all joined us for this community remix. we're really just getting started. This is just a kickoff event. And we really look forward to next year, where you will be able to actually experience these walking and virtual tours. So I believe that's it for today. We finished in record time, which is fine with me. Tell them what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you told them. So we did that. And again, thank you, everybody. Y'all have a great Saturday. Enjoy this beautiful weather. And we'll see you around on the other side. Bye-bye, everybody.